Hello, everybody. It's me, Beth Golden. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I actually kind of struggled with what I wanted to show you. I had a couple different ideas in mind, and one of the things that I've been wanting to talk about is what to do when you have a subscription box, preferably a scrapbooking subscription box or any kind of subscription box, and you have a whole bunch of leftovers. Um, and the one piece that I constantly am left over with from this particular subscription box, which is the Happily Ever After box, is the transparencies. I use transparencies in my planner, but I do not use transparencies in my scrapbooking, so I always have a sheet left. So I'm going to show you what I do with that, as well as what to do with some other things in your box. But these are the layouts that I have recently created with a perfect box. It's based off of Mary Poppins. I did a lot of tongue-in-cheek things in this, and I was able to get 5 layouts out of the box, which sometimes I can get as many as 9. And I really have enough for another one, but I'm just kind of done with it. My goal this year has been to finish catching up with my family album. Ever since I started doing design work for companies, I've really I've had to let my album go to the wayside. So I'm doing things in which I can, start to do this again and catch up. And one of the things was to have a subscription box that I subscribe to, and Happily Ever After is that box for me. There's pros and cons to it. As I tell you, I'll go through the layouts that I've done this month with their box. It is a really cool Disney themed, and I signed up for 12 boxes, which I thought was a year subscription. Come to find out, she doesn't always do them every month. So what I thought was going to be a year subscription could be anywhere between a year to 18 months to 2 years to 3 years. So if you are interested in this particular subscription box, keep that in mind, because you might end up with it for several years. So anyway, that's one thing I don't like. I do love her patterns and her design. She has beautiful patterns and designs. They all go cohesively together, and I absolutely love them. And they're always based off of something that's Disney, and it challenges me, which I appreciate. However, it is super heavy on the paper side. There's no stamps. There's a lot of die cuts, and that is a little bit intimidating to me. But I also like it because it challenges me to use it. But and it's fast. I can get stuff done quick. But anyway, this is Mary Poppins. Like I said, I always think of Mary Poppins as like, yeah, right, like a sarcastic type thing. So for mine, I did a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, completely sarcastic right here, guys. Practically Perfect is the title, and then down here I have haha no, because that's not true, but it's funny. So anyway, let me show you with some of the pieces that I have left over and what I'm going to do with them, and just to give you an idea of how to work with extras in your stash. You have bits and pieces that you like, but you are like, I don't really know what I don't want to throw it away, but I don't know what to do with this. So I'm going to give you a couple different ideas on what to do with your scraps and how to use transparencies in your craft room, other than just a planner and making pockets and things like that. So I have right here just a scoreboard. It's by We Are Memories. I actually prefer it for scoring. It's not my favorite for cutting. It actually can cut crooked, but for the sake of not having to pull out a whole bunch of stuff throughout this entire process, I am going to just stick with it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this sheet of leftover paper along with my beautiful transparency that has Little Miss Mary Poppins on it, and my die cuts. These are a couple die cuts that were left over from the kit. And then I'm going to use some pop dots and some adhesive, and we're just going to make a really quick A2 size card, which is 4.25 by 5.5. Now, if you're looking at this, you're going, wait a minute, that's not big enough for a 4.25, 5.5 card. And you're right. So what I'm going to do with this is I am going to trim this down. So stick with me for a minute so you can see what I'm going to do. This is two-sided, all right? So I want this to show through my transparency. I think. Actually, no, I want the carousel horses to shine through on my transparency. So I am going to actually cut this down to 4.25. And then I am going to take on my score line and I am going to score it at, so it is 7.5 inches. Well, this needs to be 5.5 inches, so I'm going to score it at my 2.5 inch line, and it's going to create a fold. So it's going to fold down like so, and that is going to be 4.24 by, and I scored it too much, that's okay, by 5.5, and so I need to flip it over. That helps. Okay, so this is going to be 4.25 by 5, and I'm going to just tuck the transparency up and use that as my front. So I'm making sure it's 5.5 by 4.25. And then now, I thought that this was an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It's not. It's a 5 by 10 sheet. So that's important to know because if it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet, you guys, those sheets, if you just score them in half, end up with a perfect A2 card base and cut them in half and then score them. But that's not what this is. So I need to measure out a 5 inch. I'm going to do by 4.25. So my long way is this way. So I'm just going to take and make sure, and it's kind of hard to see on the board, and then measure it down to about, it doesn't have to be 5.5 because it is going underneath here, and I'm going to make it flush like so. All right, so let me set this aside for just a moment, and let's just finish up. So I'm just going to use a multi-grip. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to use a liquid on this. I am going to use my Easy Dots on this. It's a permanent run by Scrapbook Adhesive. And I'm just going to run it right there on the base. And then about right here again in a couple spots. I'm going to line up the bottom with the card base. Like so, and then I'm just going to fold it on over, and then from here I want to go ahead and embellish. And how I want to do that is I have some really pretty glittery cardstock, I mean like glitter cardstock that is just pieces, and I thought I had it out. Here it is. I found this book at the craft store, and it is perfect. I'm going to use the gold on this. So let me go ahead and measure this down to we're going to do let's see here. Do about a 1/2 inch. Oop, I gotta make sure that that's the won't quite fit. So put it over this way. Now we'll do this. All right, and then from here, I want to take and measure it down to 4. I want to actually fold it over to give it a nice little seam. So I'm going to measure it down to 5, like so. And I'm just going to take it and kind of run it along the top and just fold it on in. Like so. And then I'm going to just add my sentiment. And then on the inside, I do have some stickers that I could put as well as a nice little sentiment in here. So I'll think about that at towards the end. But I have these that I want to put on, and I want to do pop dots on them. And so I was thinking the Wonder on the top, and then this little carousel down here, because that totally matches the carousel inside of the card that you can see through your transparency on. So I'm just going to use some of the Scrapbook adhesive little pop dots to throw down onto my card. And again, I want to do this open so I can make sure that I get it on properly. Then my Wonder. This is just a cute little card that you can, you know, if you're sending someone something, just, you know, pop it in the mail with it. And it doesn't take very long to do. I don't know if I'm going to use that little cute cherry tree lane. There's the Wonder. And then let me go ahead and put that over. I don't think I will. And then from here, I'm going to take my Nuvo drops that I have. I've selected several, and just so you guys know, down below I have provided a link for you to the Tonic store. The reason is because all of their Nuvo drops, the crystal clear drops, the glitter accents, the vintage drops, all of them are on sale this month. Some of them as much as 40% off. And they have a die that you can actually use. You dye it and then you put the dots accordingly, and it's beautiful. I bought 2 of them because I haven't played with them yet. Those are 50% off. So the Tonic Studios link for the Nuvo drops, similar items that I'm using here, is provided down below. But if you go over there, make sure you check out the entire selection. I think it's you can even find it under the subtitle of March Madness sale or something like that. But the entire Nuvo drop line is on sale, which is my very favorite thing that Tonic has out, are these drops. I love them. All right, so I'm going to add of these in a couple random spots, and I am using the Glow in the Dark Shocking Pink. And again, I am making sure that I have my card opened so that it's nice and flat. And then we're going to call this good. So that's just one cute little card. So let me go ahead and do another one, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can make shakers with foam sheets instead of buying those expensive foam adhesive rolls, because goodness knows those are pricey. Okay, so for this one I have this cute little bird, And I'm basically going to just do the same thing again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead. I'll come back that to later. You've already seen that. We don't have to do that again. I can do that off camera. I don't have to do that right now with you. You've already seen it. Okay, so just trying to line up which ones I have here. What I have are these tags that actually came in the kit, and the guts was with it too. And what I mean is there was the matching umbrella, but I pulled the umbrella out and I thought, you know what? That would make a super cute shaker card. So I thought that that's what I would do, is I would create a shaker card with this as well. And so I have two different kinds. I was thinking that these would all look lovely together. And then I also have this set, which is Mary set. And then the kit did come with some of these cute little flares. I love the flares. So, and then I just pulled out of my stash this piece of paper that can work as a card base for both of these. And I thought I would just make a shaker. So I think I'm going to make this one into a shaker on screen, and I'll do this one off screen because the technique is literally exactly the same, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So to create a base for your card, all you have to do, like I said, is take a 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you just are going to cut it down into the 5.5 mark. And then all you have to do from here is go ahead and score it at the 4.25 mark. And now you have the perfect A2 size. And you can get 2 cards out of 1 sheet, no waste, which I love. So I am going to be using this as my background, and so I'm going to cut it down to, let's see, what size is this? This is 5.25, so I'm going to cut it down to 4 because it's going to be my base of my card. And make sure that that lines up really well, and it does. And then I need to create a background piece for this. I could just pop it on there and fill it up with good stuff, but I'm thinking that I really want to put this gold under it, like so. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. And my color here, so this is 3 inches. I think it's 3 by 4 inches. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit down and get a little bit smaller. And so this is, okay, so for this I'm going to cut it down to about 3.75 by 2.75. Let's make sure that that worked, and it sure enough did. And then I want to take my transparency and do the same thing. So I'm going to do 3.75 by 2.75. Oops, that's why I don't like this cutter. All right, so now let me make sure that that is, yep, that looking good, looking good. All right, so I'm going to set this aside, and now we're going to start to assemble. Oh, wait, before I do that. Okay, so you guys, these foam sheets I found in a pack of 15 at the dollar store for $1. This is like the best thing ever to make shaker cards. I don't buy those $40 rolls of foam tape. I just stick to this. So as you can tell, the edge right here is super, super thin. So I need to make sure that it's like it has to be no thicker than 1/4 inch. So my sheet is 8 3/8, so I'm going to take it down like so, and let's see if that was good. Now with the foam, I do have to go through and kind of cut over it again because I'm not using my heavy duty cutter. Okay, so let's see here. Yep, and that's going to be just about perfect. Okay, then I'm going to do that same thing again. I'm actually going to run it over 2. And let me see here. That will, no, still not big enough. Okay. I'm doing the math in my head. And I think that this one can cover the other side of my little card. Okay, I'm making a lot of noise today. I apologize. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to take my tape runner, and the first thing I want to do is I actually want to get this lined up back here because I'm going to fill this. So for my transparency, I want to go ahead and adhere that on here, like so. Okay. Now from here, I want to get my little walls built up on my piece of paper so that I can throw my little fillers in. I'm going to use these. These are actually from the Planner Society. So I'm going to use some extras that I had. I thought that they'd be really cute with this. So I'm going to do a pretty good job of going around the edges with this adhesive. And even though this is not a liquid adhesive, I have noticed that on this particular glitter paper, it works really, really well. Sometimes I like to use some liquid adhesive just because I just like the way it lays. But for this patient and what I'm doing it live, I'm going to just use this type of adhesive, and so I'm going to take this one now around the top. And it's super, super important that when you're laying out your foam, it covers all of the edges. If it does not cover all of the edges, you're going to have your little fillers leak out or your glitter leak out everywhere, and nobody wants that. And Scrapbook adhesive makes a very nice permanent runner, so it really will hold my. And then we're going to do this one down here. And this is the trickiest part. All right, so from here, I'm going to put my fillers in, and then I'm going to attach to the top, like so. And these little fillers are just super cute. And there's that blue in there that I kind of want to pull in with my my card base. I know the blue doesn't like really match really well, but you know, you can make it work by adding in different colors, you know. You can totally pull in anything. All right, so I want to make sure that I got those in there, like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my liquid adhesive, which is the multi-grip by Beacon, and I'm going to layer on my top card. And that'll seal it up and create a cute little shaker centerpiece for my card. And then we'll go ahead and finish up this card. And this multi-grip by Beacon, I believe you can find it pretty much at any craft store, and I think also Walmart carries Beacon, but it's fantastic and it dries relatively quickly. Okay, so that's super duper cute. And so from here, I want to take and assemble my card. I'm going to let that set up a little bit. And this goes by fairly quickly. So I'm going to take this, and see, and that's the other thing about this kit club, is not only do you get a whole bunch of paper products, but you get 2 pattern papers that are that have even more stuff you can cut out. And so I would opt just to have 2-sided pattern paper without the extra tags and stuff on it. There's that. And then I want to put on, have this cute little Mary on my eye. And then let me go ahead and just put this on the front. And I'm going to do kind of love off of the bottom. So for this, I am going to go ahead and use this multi-grip again, just because I don't want to have to put any weight of pressing my my tape runner down. There's this. And then I'm going to also, I have this cute little, oh, I like that there. That cute, this is so cute, these little flares that she does. I really love the flares. They're so cute. And again, I'm going to use that multi-grip. Then I'm going to take and put the love. I am going to put the love on Pop Dots. It just needs a little something. Kind of wondering if I should layer it up a little bit. No, that's too much. So, all right. So let me get these down on some Pop Dots. And then once this sets up, I will definitely close it and put Mary on the inside. I just think she's so funny, you know, because she's perfect in every way. And I just, you know, even as a kid, I kind of rolled my eyes at it. I love it though. Like, I love the movie. I'm not bashing it at all. I love it. It's just, you know, it's just Disney fun. And then let me go ahead, and I want to put on some of this glitter accents just to add a little bit something to this card. And this is the Winter Cranberry. So I'm going to do 3 dots down here. And then I'll do 2 dots up here. And I do have some peaks on that I need to definitely work down, because nobody likes the peaks. Those are no fun. So I'm going to take a straight pin, and I'm just going to place it into the center and kind of circle it out, and that'll take care of those peaks. I could also tap it on my glass mat, but since, you know, I have some liquid adhesive down, I don't really want to do that. I could move things around. Okay, so that's just a couple ways that you can use those transparencies that, you know, we sometimes get stuck with. And I'm going to be able to get 4 cards out of this. So there's this one that I did, and then there is also this wonder that I did, and I just stuck my finger in my drop. That was so not smart. That's okay. I can fix it. So that's just 2 cute little ways that you can make fast cards with leftovers and your transparencies. So I did provide a few things that I used in the description box below. So go ahead and check those out. Also, you guys, I'm telling you, this sale with Nuvo drops, Tonic Studios stock up. I went in today, I spent about 39, 40 bucks, and I got like 16 different bottles, 2 different die sets. Some of the bottles I already have, but I use so much, and I know I'm not going to be able to get them at that price again, so I took advantage of it. So definitely go down and check out what I have listed, and then when you're over there, go over to like the March Madness or the March sale and take advantage of it, because it is a really good deal, and I am all about enabling and helping you save money when really you have to know. Sorry about that. And then if you're interested, again, this is a fairy tale. You can just find I in no way am like affiliated with. I think her kits are cute. They're a little bit heavy on the paper side, and just be careful if you go ahead and sign up for a subscription of 12, because they do not come out monthly. So I think I'm on box 3, and I've been at it for 6 months. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like it, share it, and if you have any comments, just leave them down below. And I will chat with you guys later. Until next time, happy crafting.